Hey, welcome to the Huntsville Hustle Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Vandy's HVAC, where we're going to highlight the small businesses that are the Rocket City's backbone. And today we got a guest, Thomas Alexander. He's the owner of Cut The Line LLC. So, Thomas, welcome to the show.
Hey man, glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Absolutely, yeah. So we were talking a little bit about that. Maybe you've heard of, maybe you hadn't, but just definitely someone you need to know and meet. The guy's full of energy. He's full of positivity, just like myself, man. So we were two peas in a pod. So people that hadn't heard about it, what services do you offer at Cut The Line?
So Cut the Line is a mobile ordering service. So you can go to any sporting event, any event, and you can pull your phone out, you can scan a QR code, or you can download the app and you can order consistency from your seat. Once you make an order, man, you will get a text message. It will say, "Hey, Joe, you're next in line. You'll be order number 13." You can walk up to the window. You can see on the board where you are. You ain't got to stay in line anymore. So you can enjoy the game, come for your seat. You can see what's there. It's live time. So you want them in hot dogs, or hamburgers, or oh, my favorite, the Chick-fil-A sandwich. Oh, man. Every time they get Chick-fil-A sandwiches and they get up there, you line all day long and you run out. It's live time order, man. It's the best experience in the world.
You don't have to miss one play. You can go at halftime and
One
actually get
play.
back to your seat.
One play,
Yeah, that's it.
one play.
Yeah, you pop in, you go to halftime, you actually make it. Everyone else is waiting in line. You go to the front, you're like royalty, man. We cut the line.
Right,
So it's
right.
exactly
Yeah,
what it says it does, right? You cut the line. So that's it.
yeah.
Legally, man, you've done your part, right? This ain't no cheating. So tell me take it back a little bit. What kind of kid were you growing up?
Man, so I am from North Huntsville. So born and raised North Alabama, North Huntsville, went to Johnson. I'm the Rolling Hills, Davis Hills, Johnson. So for those of y'all that's been out there, Rolling Hills, Davis Hills, Johnson, that's where I grew up at. Went to Johnson, played in sports. Um, man, just been just part of that culture, listen to the music, listen to the band. So just kind of been in that over my whole life. Always been a people person. Man, I love people. I have 4 children. I think my children kind of got me more active back into sports. So the moment I thought I was getting out, my kids pulled me in. And so it kind of went hand in hand with cut the line. Like I said, I'm all about Huntsville. I love the Huntsville area. We moved and came back here. So I love this area.
That's it, yeah. So tell people, were people have said about you as a kid, this guy's going to be an entrepreneur, or that's kind of a surprise for folks?
Man, you know what? I probably was told I'm probably going to be an entrepreneur, but definitely a motivator. Because one thing that I believe in is I believe in people. I believe in investing in people. I believe
Yeah.
in investing in our community. Like I believe in the investment in people. I think growing up in Huntsville, even on the north side, right, it kind of taught me the nuance of the value of people, right? Like there was so many special people along the way that I've met throughout my whole life, but especially as a child, people probably said, man, that guy's gonna go out there and do something. And of course, here I am now.
Oh, I'm telling you, you got to see this dude in action. I mean, you got to see his work in person. It to truly appreciate you do. So, what were you doing for work before Cut the Line?
So I worked for Fitness Ground for 20 years. I was there for 20 years. Man, Christmases, holidays. I probably employed a lot of you guys out there now listening. So I employed a lot of people. So I was a manager at Fitness Ground. So I ran my own building. I was there for 20 years. Enjoyed it.
There you go. And then the kids kind of brought you into this new thing, man. That's
The
pretty
kids
cool.
kind of
So,
brought me into the new
what
things,
was
right?
yeah? What's the age on the kids?
So, so my oldest is 26. So I have 26, 21, 19, and 18. They are all in college. My daughter's in grad
Wow.
school. My son's a senior at Jacksonville State. My daughter's a junior at Tuskegee University, and my baby girl is a freshman at Jacksonville State. But
Man,
growing up, man, I was at every sporting event. They played band, volleyball, track, football. I was just like, oh my goodness, where are we going now?
so you said the kids got into. Was this just you sick of missing stuff while you're waiting in lines at the concession stand, or you just saw a market for this kind of Cut the Line?
So it's a little bit of both, right? So me and my sister Candace Alexander, and our other business partner is Kelly York. So true story, right? So my son, oh my goodness, his sophomore year in high school, he kept saying, "Dad, come to the game. I'm going to play." He never played. All I got was, "Dad, come to the game." He never played, right? He would get in at the end, and so of course one day we go to the game. I'm like, he ain't gonna get in. Let's go get something. Stand in line, hours waiting for something. And guess what? And my sister was like, "Man, there gotta be a better way for us to like we stand in line all day long." Yeah. So kind of typical parents, right? You got kids in sports, you're trying to get there, you're trying to feed the kids that's not playing sports, you're trying to feed yourself because you've been working a 9 to 5, and then you get there and then the line is long as crap and there's kids everywhere and you're just like, yeah, but I'm hungry, right? And you don't want to miss that one play. My son played that one play, and guess what? I was there, but I missed it. He has not let me live it down to this day. So from that, they kind of form Cut the Line. Like, okay, we're going to eat and enjoy the game all at the same time.
There you go. It's personal now. Now it's personal, right? So,
Now it's
when
personal.
you look at
Now it's
it,
personal, right?
so who is your ideal customer? Who do you work with?
So as of right now, we work with all of the schools. So kind of behind the scenes story, right? So we talked about being the consumer as the parent going to go buy food, but then also we were the same parents working behind the stands, and that's difficult, right? You got these kids in front of the line, and everyone, you want to get back the right chain. So sometimes it can be such a confusing atmosphere. So our ideal customer are everyday people, right? We want mom to pull up his phone and say, "Hey, I'm going to the game," and they can go ahead and pre-order, right? We want you to be sitting in the seat and say, "Hey, what do I want to eat?" We want the customers behind the scenes because think about it. You can order now. The order comes in. It is on the tablet. You control the flow. So, as a consumer, you just want your food, right? You put the order in. It can be ready in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You just want to make sure, like, hey, where I get my food at certain time. So even the customers behind the scenes, we wanted to raise revenue for the schools, right? Because most times the concession stand is raising money for band, is raising money for football. So we wanted to ensure that, how do I maximize and get the most amount of money? Because the average person is going to walk in, you sit online, you're going to walk away. So you're losing thousands of dollars every single game because a lot is too long. We're trying to catch all that revenue to put it back in the community. Like I said, I'm born and raised in North Huntsville. I like seeing the stadium. I like seeing the branded uniforms and the socks, right? Like that. That's where my
So yeah, for me, if the line is too long, I'm just gonna bail, right? I'll
but
just
you
say,
walk
Mom,
away
I'll
and
come
you're
back
like,
later. I'm gonna come back. Yeah, you want all the money coming in, right? Because we want
you
we
want
want the
all the
top
money
of the top.
coming in. Yep.
Yeah. So to get this thing off the ground, what was the hardest thing getting started?
Yeah, so Joe, I think the hardest part starting up was just kind of getting consumer buy-in, right? So people are so conditioned and used to staying in line that they don't understand, like, I'm bringing out a concept where you don't have to stay in line anymore. You can literally order from your seat and you can see the convenience and you can see what's up there and you don't have to stay in line. Because people are used to, like, you come in line, you see a line, you're like, hey, let me jump in the line early, right? They want to jump in the line early, right? And we're trying to introduce them to this technology saying you can go to the seat, right? You can pull your phone out, you can look at it, you can see what's there, right? You can see, sometimes at the out of pizza, it will say pizza be ready in 5 minutes. So you can see that. So getting that consumer buy-in, that's probably like our hardest part. I'll tell you a quick story. So we started at Sparkman Middle School game. This Sparkman Middle School game. I remember this one guy was sitting there, we was telling everyone, hey, just order online. This one guy was like, yeah, right, it's a scam. He was like, whatever, right? And so halftime kind of came, and I saw the guy get up. He walked. He came back. He's like, "This is the best thing ever." He was like, "Hey, I just ordered right on my phone," and that one guy just gave us credibility. So just like that, right? Like that was the hardest part is getting people to change their concept because people are so used to doing the same thing, they're afraid of changing. But like I said, there's one guy, older guy, he did it and just changed it changed our whole career just that one night.
I was like that dude, man. I first heard about it, I was like, it's a scam, man. I don't know. I don't know. Because I'm like
It's a
you. I'm
scam.
just like you said. I'm just used to that. This is how it's always been, right? So this is how I'm gonna do it. So yeah, that's the biggest part. When no one's ever done it before, it's tough to be the first one.
Right. And this is a market that's not out there. So we have literally created a market that's not out there. That's why you don't see it in a whole lot of places because we've created a market. And we've been in business since 2021. And so we created our own market.
So when you look back, kind of, is there a habit that's had the biggest impact on your success?
Yes, the biggest habit is customer service. I think in everything that you do, you got to treat people like people, right? So we want every experience to be the best experience ever. I think you said it earlier, right? Like this is VIP, so everyone has access to the VIP. If our biggest habit is make sure that when you come to us, we have your food ready, it's hot, it's fresh. You can go online, you think that every consumer knows how to order online, but you'd be surprised of how they don't. So we've changed to make it even more user friendly based off of what customers has told us. So our number one thing is customer satisfaction. Not only what the consumer's buying, but the places that host Cut the Line, right? We want that person to say, hey, if I'm working the concession at night, I want the Cut the Line booth. It's going to be the smoothest transaction ever because all you're doing is you're hitting buttons. Customers coming to you so happy. This one lady told me one day, she was like, it was the best night ever because everyone came to her, wasn't mad. They wasn't upset because they didn't have any more hot dogs. They was upset because the change was off. They was in chest because, they didn't have what they wanted. It was man, my food's ready. Thank you. So, just that customer service is what we strive for more than anything.
Care what business you're in, almost all of us are in customer service first off, right? So
Customer service.
when you look at your day, is there something you spend most of your time doing that people would never guess?
So the one thing that people never would guess that I do is we spend a lot of time in my sister and our other partner Kelly. Man, we do a lot of time, we spend a lot of time behind the scenes. Just make sure that we have the programming right, that we make sure that we got the behind the scenes stuff. That you think some of that is kind of simple, but just kind of making sure that we are programming and giving the best product out every single time. I'm behind the camera and I'm gonna go smile and talk to everyone, but once behind closed doors, we want to make sure that everything from a financial standpoint is right. We want to make sure that that your information is secure once you use us. So just kind of like that behind the scenes stuff, man. Just that's the one thing that like, what have you been doing all day long? Oh, I've been trying to get popcorn on the website, right? Like popcorn, butter popcorn, plain popcorn, salted popcorn. And sometimes those little small nuances, and I give my sister Candace tremendous credit. You think it's to take 30 seconds and you be like, it's half the day gone. I'm still having added popcorn, right? So better.
Yeah. Kids don't understand. What this putting food on the table is dad trying to put popcorn on the website. That's what put food on the table, kids. I'm spending all day putting popcorn on the website.
Right, putting popcorn on the website. And they're like, what are you doing? Popcorn. Just.
Hey, no program to me is simple, man. I've tried to mess around with some of that stuff. No, thank you. I'm glad you are handling all that, man. So, and you look at your career. Who's had the biggest influence on your career?
So it's very funny, right? So I grew up our lines of people that I didn't know. So it might have been the local janitor, right? So, it's teachers and there's people in my community that I grew up that I knew, and then there's interact people that I've run across in my business career. I worked for FedEx for over 20 years, and I came across some tremendous people along the way. And I'm like, man, I like the way that guy talks to people. I've seen even the way that you interact. So I kind of steal things from everyone to kind of, like develop who I want to be, right? Like I tell people all the time, be a mirror, right? Like be someone that someone wants to look and say, hey, I want to be that. Right. So I haven't had one individual person, but it's a lot of people throughout my lifetime. Me and my sister, she doesn't know this, and I tell her this indirectly, but she's younger than me, but she's one of my biggest inspirations because she challenges me to be successful. She challenges me not to be average. And I challenge her the exact same way. So her influence of us is not wanting to settle and be average kind of has been the biggest influence on my life.
That's it. My dad always said you can learn something from everyone you meet. You can definitely pull those things. And I talk about Bruce Lee used to talk about, take out what you need and just discard the rest. So you meet somebody, I like it, man. Steal it. Steal those things from everybody you meet. That there's something you can learn from everybody you come across. So we're going to switch it up a little bit, move to the rapid fire section. It's brought to you by the Huntsville Hub. That's Huntsville's co-working home for solopreneurs, a small team. Skip the kitchen table where all your stuff's everywhere trying to eat, and skip the noisy coffee shop. They got the desk, the meeting rooms, community business needs. Book your own tour, huntsvillehub.com. Mention the Huntsville Hustle, get your free day pass. So, man, you're a Huntsville native like myself. So what's your favorite Huntsville restaurant?
My favorite Huntsville restaurant is RD Smokehouse. My goodness, if you've ever been to RD's, they have the best wings, the best brisket on Fridays. RD is the best.
There you go. If you haven't been, you got to go. Brisket Fridays, man. You go home and take a nap right after that.
You can never go wrong.
So what's the best investment you've ever made? It could be your time or money. Which best investment?
Best investment I ever made is time. Investing in myself, reading, studying, investing in yourself. You can never duplicate time. Time is the most important asset. The best investment you can always do is time.
There you go. What's one app you couldn't live without?
One app I couldn't live without, it would probably be SportsCenter. I love sports. I'm a huge sports fan. If I didn't know what was going on in sports, I would be lost. So I'll say the ESPN app. I appreciate you. Number 2 will be Sunday Ticket. Love Sunday Ticket. Best invention
about that
ever
time.
created.
Speaking of that, who's your favorite Chicago Bear of all time?
Okay, this is very easy. Walter Payton. Sweetness. Best thing ever seen. Saw when I was a kid, 4 years old, 5 years old. Remember it for the rest of my life. But I will say this. Number 2 is Neil Anderson. He was the running back after Walter Payton left. Came from the University of Florida. Fell in love with him. Love the Bears.
He was tough, man. Yeah, well, everyone knows Walter Payton. Neil Anderson, he was
Neil
an
Anderson was
OG,
tough.
man. He was in Tecmo Bowl. If you played Tecmo Bowl, Neil Anderson was in one of those Super Tecmo Bowls or something like that.
Neil Anderson.
Yeah, he was tough. Yeah. So What's the best advice you ever received?
Never give up on yourself. So you might
There you
endure
go. That's a
tough
great one
time,
right there.
right? But never give up on yourself. It's just a very small statement, but it's a real statement, right? Because you can
It's
always
real.
easily give up
Yeah.
on
So
yourself.
on the other side, what's the worst advice you ever received?
The worst advice I ever received is I'm not good enough, right? I'm like, what do you mean I'm not good enough, right? So someone told me once that I wasn't good enough to do something, but I'd use that to drive me to continue to invest in myself. Why am I not good enough, right? So the worst advice was, you're not good enough. You should stop doing this. It's like, stop investing in myself. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, right?
Man, I wonder what their life looks like when they say stuff like that.
I
What's
don't,
wrong with
I,
people? So,
I don't know. I can't answer this question too
so
much.
if you had a billboard in Huntsville, what would it say?
What would it say? Oh, man, I thought about this for a while. Outside of cut the line. So one of my sayings that I tell people all the time: today, tomorrow, down the road. Live for today, build for tomorrow, be prepared for down the road. Right. So live for today, be prepared for tomorrow, and be prepared for down the road.
I like it. I'm gonna steal that. We'll make that billboard happen. So get out of there, Alexander Shinari. He's got enough billboards. We can put yours up, man. We can put you in there. So maybe looking kind of down the road. What's next for Cut the Line?
So Cut the Line, right now, we are continuing to look for investors. We want people to say, hey, bring us to your stadium, bring us to your school. So our technology is when I say technology is off the wall right now. Once again, we have technology where you can see real-time spending. You can see all of your customers, what they're ordering. For all of the venues, you keep 100% of your profit. So if you sell $100 worth of food, you keep $100 worth of food. We're looking for people that want to use us, right? That value and understand what technology is. So right now we're looking for just the right people that want to do business with us, looking to partner up, looking to make a change.
There you go. So I know there's someone listening out here that hey they want to have a conversation. So how can they contact you? How can they reach you?
I mean, it's very, very easy. First of all, I am on all social media platforms, which is Instagram, Facebook, but I'm going to give y'all my number. My number is area code 256-226-6716, or you can send me an email. It's join@cutthelinellc.com. Reach out to me. I tell you all the time, if you don't believe in what we're saying, give me 30 seconds of your time and I can show you how well it works. So you can reach out to us. Like I said, we're on Facebook platforms, easy to find.
Good deal, man. We'll put all that in show notes. I know someone wants to at least talk to you, have a conversation. I'm telling you, man, this dude's going places. You got to see him in action. If you just get around him and feel the energy that he's giving out to other people, he's a giver too. He's out volunteering in this community to help it become a better place. That's the kind of people I want to work with. I don't know about you, but that's the kind of people I like to work with myself. So if someone's listening right now and they want to be an investor, they can reach out, just talk to the guy. If nothing else, you'll enjoy talking to him. I promise you that. But thanks. That's it. Conversation. That's how we move things forward. That's what the show is trying to do right here. Just connect some folks. Let's collaborate. Competition's great, but hey, we're trying to collaborate around here. So Thomas, thanks so much for coming on, man, and tell us your story.
Hey, Joe, I appreciate you, man, a whole lot, man. Look, I appreciate all the things that you do in the community also. I'm like I say, hey, I'm always a phone call away. If you need anything, I'll show up anywhere. Once again, I show up anywhere but Cut the Line, anything in the community, I'm a phone call away. We will always be there.
There you go. Thomas Alexander's right there. This guy. We'll put his contact info in show notes, and just thank you guys for tuning in right now. Somebody out there needs to get in touch with him and have a conversation, see if y'all can move that ball forward. A little football analogy for you. So appreciate you tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors, Vandy's Heating and Air, Homely Huntsville Newsletter, Huntsville Hub, and the website Building Jesus at McWilliams Marketing. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for Thomas for being here, and we'll see you guys next week on the Huntsville Hustle Podcast.